In this society, we can't afford to have an omission of logic. Niggas gotta explain their actions or explain mandatory inflictions on our life. No longer are we just gonna roll with the punches. Well, I know some of you niggas are just gonna roll with the punches, even though it's an experimental vaccine. A lot of y'all said before today, I would never be in a social experiment. I would never be a guinea pig to some type of drug that the government put out on some movie shit. Well, now we in the movie. And now look at y'all. Well, just to be safe, I'll be the guinea pig. But let's listen to what exactly the experimental vaccine does according to y'all boy, y'all man, Dr. Fauci. This was posted by brother Rizza Islam. Shout out to him, activist, somebody where you can get vital information from. But let's watch this.
All right, just some questions that keep coming up. Okay, why do I have to keep wearing the mask after I get the vaccine? I thought it was going to protect me from the vaccine. What's the answer? Well, the answer is unless you get the overwhelming majority of the country vaccinated and protected and get that umbrella of what we call herd immunity, there's still a lot of virus out there.
Now, he's not making sense. If the premise is that the vaccine prevents you, yourself, from getting coronavirus, like it's alleged to do, make us safer from COVID, allegedly, even though there's no scientific proof that if you get this shot, you won't get COVID. People have gotten the shot and gotten COVID weeks later. So logically, the vaccination does not prevent COVID. So his question of why do we still need the mask if we got the vaccination? The answer is because the vaccination don't fully work. That's why you still need the mask, in my opinion, because if the vaccine did work, you wouldn't wear a mask, regardless of what people around you are doing. The herd immunity bullshit that he's spewing out. That has nothing to do with his question of why I still need to wear the mask if the vaccine was supposed to make me safe in society. Herd immunity ain't that. Let's bring it back.
What's the answer? Well, the answer is unless you get the overwhelming majority of the country vaccinated and protected and get that umbrella of what we call herd immunity, there's still a lot of virus out there. There's still a lot of virus out there.
What does that even mean? In the world of bacteria and virus, there's always a lot of virus out there.
So just because you're protected, so-called protected by the vaccine.
Why does he say so-called? He has to change himself because he knows you're not protected. He said so-called protected by the vaccine, meaning you're not protected by the vaccine. Logically, you don't have to say so-called. If I tell you a banana gives you potassium, I'm not finna say it's so-called can give you this and improve your heart. No, it does. A banana can improve cholesterol. Not so-called, not alleged, because we're past experimental evidence on bananas, spinach, fruit, health mechanisms that actually do boost your immunity and prevent you from dis-ease. But he can't say that about vaccines. That's why he said so-called protected, because you're not protected even when you get it.
You need to remember that you could be prevented from getting clinical disease and still have the virus that is in your nasopharynx because you could get infected. We're not sure at this point that the vaccine protects you against getting infected. We're not
What? Hold on. What did he say?
sure at this point that the vaccine protects you against getting infected.
So why are we taking it? Anybody watching this taking it? This is Anthony Fauci, y'all's head goon. Just told you we're not sure that this protects you from COVID-19. And then he surrounds it with filler that, it protects you from infectious diseases and other things, but not COVID. Then what the fuck is the vaccine?
We know for sure it's very, very good, 94, 95% in protecting you against clinically recognizable disease.
Clinically recognizable disease, but not COVID?
And almost...
Is COVID not clinically recognizable by now? They say it is. So if it's 95% to affect clinically recognizable disease, isn't COVID a part of that? But does that not contradict his prior statements just now of saying it does not prevent you from getting COVID? He just logically just gave y'all a contradiction in y'all face. But most y'all don't listen. Y'all just appeal. He's a doctor. He knows what's best. Wear 2 masks, get 2 vaccines, and give your left arm away, if you ask.
It's 100% in protecting you for severe disease.
100% in protecting you from severe disease. But he just said we're in an experimental phase and we're not sure. So how is he 100% sure of things in an experimental phase where the data has yet to even be rolled out efficiently? Y'all talk about y'all want science. In the experimental phase, we won't know the effects of these vaccinations for years.
And almost 100% from severe disease? Well, then what does he call COVID if that's not serious?
But until you have virus that is so low in society, we as a nation need to continue to wear the mask, to keep the physical distance, to avoid crowds.
Virus will never be low in society. They even told you guys COVID-19. He even told you COVID-19 ain't going nowhere. So virus will never be low in society. So if you're saying we need to wear masks until viruses are low in society, logically again, guys, you guys don't have logic. Logically, if viruses are all around us in society before COVID and after, if we need to wear masks to get rid of the if we're going to wait until viruses are at a low rate in society to get rid of the mask, logically, that means we're never getting rid of the mask. I don't know if you guys hear that. Even with the vaccine, they're pushing the mask on you because they want docile creatures. They want to see how far they can go. So shit, 1 mask, wear 2 masks now. Wear 3. Let's see how stupid they really are.
We're not through with this just because we're starting a vaccine program.
We're not through with this just because we're starting a vaccine program.
Because it's a whole new world order. They have other regimes in place. It's never been about healing you. He just told you the vaccine don't heal you. He just told you 1 mask don't heal you, but they telling you wear a mask, wear vaccines, and none of them heal you. They've confessed this in y'all's face.
Even though you as an individual might have gotten vaccinated, it is not over by any means. We still have a long way to go, and we've got to get as many people as possible vaccinated of all groups.
So he stresses vaccinations, but he tells you that they're not efficient in reducing COVID. He tells you that even if you get it, you're still not safe from COVID. He tells you if you wear a mask, you're still not safe from COVID, only until everybody gets a vaccination. Even though he just told you the vaccination doesn't mean you're exempt from COVID. Even though he told you COVID can't be rid of as a virus in society no more. Think. Why y'all not thinking? Why are y'all still, most of y'all scared? When you're in fear and when you're scared and when you're terrified, the frontal lobes don't work. Thinking doesn't come. It's just like, okay, I'm scared. I'm going to lose my job. Let me go get a vaccine. I'm scared my kid ain't going to go to school. Let me get a vaccine. Well, just to be safe? What do you mean just to be safe? The vaccines ain't proven to be safe. So just to be safe is some stupid ass rhetoric for sheep. Ain't no just to be safe, let me get a vaccine. It's just to be stupid, let me get a vaccine. If you stupid, stuck on stupid and dumb right now, because you don't have the grounds of logic on the side of vaccinations in history. It's your boy Dane, man. Think. Shout out to Rizza Islam for the video. Think for your fucking self, man. Use the principles of logic to these niggas' comments and see how they apply. And use them to mine, see how they apply. It's your boy Dane.